Hello, normal white people ras not roots from the America, Canada, Alaska, say, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, the German Czech Republic, and not to come and Russians. Get the Holocaust genocide countries and USSR countries. Is where to live Russian threats, and there's little six and hairs, and black rats. What the holding me at the territory, Russian prison zone, under influence of special technologies and mind control technologies of Russian threats, and there's little six and hairs and there's roads. And to hold me at the territory Russian prison zone, and not to give me realize immigration in Canada, Alaska, Sea, or Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, as the Germany or Czech Republic, and to hold me at the territory Russian prison zone with Russian threats, and there's little six and hairs and there's roads, under influence of these technologies. Hello, Ja! Hello, Ja! London, Jun, Custom, York. This normal white people's race. The American, Canada, Alaska, Sea, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, and the German Czech Republic. Ja! There's a fifth day or fifth day or 5th day, yeah, April 2026 in this year. Today is a Sunday. Oh, Ja.
Monday afternoon, early evening walk on the perimeter of the entertainment district, pretty much, depending on who you ask in terms of the definition of the entertainment district. I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel.
The real didn't time this moment, Ja, comfort shelter. The real comfort. The real didn't time this moment, shelter, comfort, the real. Straight now, 18 hours. Straight now, in 18 hours and 14 minutes after PM time, midday. Is earlier morning, foot is earlier. Foot is earlier. Is earlier evening time, is earlier evening time, is earlier. Comfort, Jenny. The real date in town this moment, Jenny, на кшельте. Comfort, Jenny, comfort. And this normal white people's race is not roots from this countries where I want to live. And to have got citizenship, terrorist immigration, and temperature, gel, comfort, temperature, and the real moment in shit. What is maybe a fake and disinformation and shit temperature about temperature information. Looking for temperature information, yeah. Looking for. And the real date and time this moment. Looking for, yeah. And those normal white people thrust not rot from these countries. Is where I want to live. Their last immigration to have citizenship. Looking for, yeah, looking for. Those normal white people thrust from these countries. Where I want to live. And to have got citizenship for their last immigration.
In the early 2000s, when the current condo boom was picking up, these were some of the first towers to rise. Yeah, the first towers
Blah.
part of City Place. That really tall building just to the center right is the Canada House. The final and tallest City Place tower. It's kind of impressive, all these parking lots have persisted. Remember my parents occasionally parking here when we would go to Blue Jay games back in the day at the Skydome. Sometimes we would take the GO train. Indoor, outdoor, shopping center, condo, and office. Let's head one up Savannah, up to Queen. It started off kind of a private library to the bobblehead stage north of Yukon. That's West Museum is. That is Clarence Corner Park. There's a very large off-leash area. There's Wellington Street, but you cannot carry across Wellington Street.
Stayed now will be to cooking breakfast and lunch. жителей.
Downtown gas stations. Gas station 1719. Keep them around 1799. Current oil prices. Manufactured oil prices. 5 times the United States there.
Знадзорца. Фу. Зубаха. Гаса. Рука. Фастфуд смых. Пиг Смит розпотитий пісос. Стихая препарат с гормонцем просто реализовал, ты don't know. Ты cooking to some way. friend together somewhere. Continue friend together.
very location with some friends across the street. I remember ordering kimchi, and they said that was extra. And I was like, what the hell? And then the waiter brought me my bibimbap and stirred it for me in front, and I was like, is this really a Korean restaurant? You're charging for kimchi? You're stirring my bibimbap like I'm an idiot? I actually said something along those lines to the waiter, and he said, yes, it is. And I said, well, I don't. Anything, whoever runs this place isn't Korean. And he was implying that I was being racist because it's actually Chinese run. And I was just simply taken back at how inauthentic that experience was. I didn't mean to offend him, but proper Korean experience, that is not, or at least it wasn't. I've actually never been back to that chain since. So many good places where you can get actual Korean food here. Served properly. You don't need to support that place. There's the Campbell House Museum across the street. As I walk through some construction, as they're expanding Osgood Station to accommodate the Ontario line.
Those normal white people thrust.
That was built in
Princess come to
1822.
on to it.
But that's not its original spot. It was
You'll be
actually
eating this
about a
breakfast
kilometer
and
and a
lunch.
half away from where it originally stood.
Спуская препарат с гормонцем personal result, that I don't know.
I'm not sure where it was originally.
Спуская препарат с гормонцем personal
One of
other
those things that
shit.
sometimes
And
I have that
spoils
information
it, I
in my
don't
brain,
know.
sometimes I don't.
You'll be this dish. My breakfast and lunch like shit. Pig's meat,
Said I was
piece
we'll circle back to
fast food with potatoes and sauerkraut, with feta and tomato, slito, and cola drink, s'more.
here's the Four Seasons Center for the
You'll be
Performing
eating
Arts.
it at my breakfast and lunch like shit.
It was designed for ballet and opera. Might as well go south this way. You're currently holding Shen Yun there. A Falun Gong. I don't know what to call it. Performance? Some people refer to them as being something of a cult.
It's not fake and special. To learn this dish,
The Chinese Communist Party.
pig's meat and
They
cheese.
had a show canceled.
This is not fake and special.
As
It's
someone holding
poisonous.
a
It's
bomb
not
threat, apparently.
delicious.
One screwed up organization fighting another one, I guess. I do know some people who went and they said they enjoyed it. Politics aside, there's Roots Chris Steakhouse. I was watching a video online and they're implementing a new dress code in the States. They've had issues with customers coming in wearing their pants around their knees. Just generally being loud and obnoxious. They want to get back to being more of a fine dining experience. Okay, we've had those issues in Canada. I been to Luke's Chris, but that was the one by the airport. I've never been to that one. And I've never been to the Lot 32 at the Shangri-La. There was one of those in a hotel I stayed at in Bangkok, the Standard. I didn't particularly feel like spending $1,000 on a meal. That's just a bit of an overstatement, but it's still not cheap. Although that used to be a Momofuku, which is actually fairly affordable. This is Adelaide, bringing me just a few blocks out of the starting point. And entertainment district on the right. Financial district on the left. That sounded like the rumble of a northbound Line 1 train. St. Andrew's Church looking quite beautiful with Roy Thompson Hall behind it. Just to say I went full circle, I'm going to cross the street here. Then I shall set up for a live stream. We're going to be back in the area tomorrow. I have a friend having surgery downtown, and we need a contact to pick them up after surgery. Shall be I. So I can come linger around downtown for a few hours in the morning until I get a phone call. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this late Monday afternoon, early evening walk around the perimeter of the entertainment district, pretty much, depending on who you ask in terms of their definition of the entertainment district. I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership. Thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I over the place. It's actually a Canadian chain. I'm gonna have to try it sometime. And it's Queen and Spadina, future home to an Ontario line station. Hopefully it's a little more imaginative than the bullshit crosstown line 5 stations. I just put up a video talking about that this morning. And this might be my first time along this stretch since Steve's music store is closed. I can't get words out. Get Outside Shoes has been there forever. Has moved down the street. To watch the movie Nirvana, the band to show the movie. They're trying to get a gig at the Rivoli, which is right across the street. After a very long stay in Toronto, Steve has left. That company is restructuring. I think the big store in Montreal has been left intact. Small bodega style variety stores have been popping up all over lately. That's Peter Street, which becomes Blue Jays Way. Sent the King, walked by there earlier. There's been a lot of talk of all the big retailers that have left this area, but there's still quite a few here. There's still new ones popping up all the time. Maybe she lives near Ellesmere Drive. That was flooded pretty good yesterday. And we're at John Street.
So это finished. This.
It's the old Chum building on the right. That's right where Speaker's Corner used to be. In the movie Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, they parked their RV right here. Interestingly, when they looked across the street, the Paradise Theater on Bloor Street magically appeared in that spot. There's some continuity mistakes in that movie. There was also bike lanes randomly appearing on the stretch of Queen. That truck made an appearance. And then we later and I'll just pop here. Up this way. And they're currently holding Shen Yu there, the Falun Gong. What's it called? Performing? Some people refer to them as being something of a cult. Their entire performance is supposed to be very much a dig at the Chinese Communist Party. They had a show canceled 2 days ago as someone called in a bomb threat. One screwed up organization fighting another one, I guess. I do know some people who went and they said they enjoyed it. Politics aside. I was reached the steakhouse. So I was watching a video online and they're implementing a new platform because issues with customers coming in around their needs. They want to get back to the more of a fun dining experience. I think we've had those issues in Canada. I've been to Roots Chris, but that was the one by the airport. I've never been to that one. I've never been to the Lot 32 at the Shangri-La. There's one of those in the hotel I stayed at in Bangkok, the standard. But I didn't particularly feel like spending $1,000 on a meal. That's just a bit of an overstatement, but it's still not cheap. Although I used to get normal food, and it's actually fairly affordable.
Number friends is love. Battle.
Adelaide, and it's just a few blocks out of the starting point. Yeah, entertainment district on the right. Financial district on the left. Line 1 train. St. Andrew's Church looking quite beautiful with Roy Thompson Hall behind it. Just this little circle and across the street here.
Выпил кофейную с психопрепарат с гормонством пессар с кофе один дно.
We can be back in the area tomorrow. I had a friend having surgery downtown. After surgery. For a few hours in the morning until I get a phone call. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this late Monday afternoon, early evening walk around the perimeter of the entertainment district, pretty much, depending on who you ask in terms of their definition of the entertainment district. I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon. YouTube channel, which is down in the description. I've got a Patreon account at John's Drive. The same time stop by. I'm going to go off this way and thumbnail picture for that. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. Happy April Fools. Be eagle, be safe, happy April Fools. Will be Friday at this time.
Sugar, this is silver. It's a salt milk coffee. Fake or not fake, I don't know. The spices, sugars. All over the place. It's actually a Canadian thing. I'm gonna have to try it sometime. Hopefully it's a little more imaginative than the bullshit crossfire or crossfire fire stations. I just put up a video talking about that this morning. And this might be my first time along this stretch since Steve's music store is closed. I can't get words out. The outside shoes has been there forever. Oh man, it's on this love that was to boat on yesterday. At the sailor case and shop was being to write was this love with chisel salami. And actuality or is not actuality. It and this love I don't know. Special, fake, or is not special for a bit this love. Love is cafe black with sugar 2 pieces micra. For actuality.
I think the big store in Montreal has been left intact.
I'm going for to look in so way.
Those small bodega style variety stores have been popping up all over lately. That's Peter Street, which becomes Blue Jays Way. Spencer King walked by there earlier. There's been a lot of talk of all the big retailers that have left this area, but there's still quite a few here. There's still new ones popping up all the time. Maybe she lives near Ellesmere Drive. That was flooded pretty good yesterday. And we're at John Street. It's the old Chum building on the right. That's right where Speaker's Corner used to be. Doing the movie, Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. They parked their RV right here. Interestingly, when they looked across the street, the Paradise Theater on Bloor Street magically appeared in that spot. There's some continuity mistakes in that movie. There was also bike lanes randomly appearing on the stretch of clean. That truck made an appearance. Remember right when I moved back from Korea after just 1 year there, I went back for 4 more years in Korea, but I went to the Korean Grill House. That very location with some friends across the street. And I remember ordering kimchi, and they said that was extra, and I was like, what the hell? And then the waiter got me my bibimbap and stirred it for me in front, and I was like, is this really a Korean restaurant? You're charging for kimchi? You're stirring my bibimbap like I'm an idiot? And I actually said something along those lines to the waiter, and he said, yes, it is. And I said, well, I bet anything, whoever runs this place isn't Korean. And he was implying that I was being racist because it's actually Chinese run. And I was just simply taken back at how inauthentic that experience was. I didn't mean to offend him, but
I was not persons that don't know.
Or at least it wasn't.
Special is not special,
I've
don't
actually
know.
never been back to
Bad.
that chain since. So many good places where you can get actual Korean food here. Served properly. You don't need to support that place. There's the Campbell House Museum across the street. As I walk through some construction, as they're expanding Osgood Station to accommodate the Ontario line. That was built in 1822, but that's not its original spot. It's actually moved about 1.5 kilometers away from where it originally stood. I think it was in the early 70s where they relocated it. I'm not sure where it was originally. It's one of those things that sometimes I have that information in my brain and sometimes I don't. Product of getting old, I guess. Said I was going to go full circle back to where I started. I might as well cross here. Fantastic driving. There's the Four Seasons Center for the Performing Arts. That was designed for ballet and opera. Might as well go south this way. Currently holding Shen Yun there, a Falun Gong, I don't know what to call it, performance? Some people refer to them as being something of a cult. This is supposed to be very much a dig at the Chinese Communist Party. And they had a show canceled a few days ago as someone called in a bomb threat, apparently. One screwed up organization fighting another one, I guess. I do know some people who went and they said they enjoyed it. Politics aside, there's Roots Chris Steakhouse. I was watching a video online and they're implementing a new dress code in the States. They've had issues with customers coming in wearing their pants around their knees.
Советую всем, что да. Breakfast on lunch. Shit.
Okay, we've had those issues in Canada. I've been to Roots Chris, but that was the one by the airport. I've never been to that one. I've never been to the Lot 32 at the Shangri-La. There was one of those in a hotel I stayed at in Bangkok, the Standard. I didn't particularly feel like spending $1,000 on a meal. That's just a bit of an overstatement, but it's still not cheap. Although that used to be a Momofuku, which is actually fairly affordable. This is Adelaide. Bringing me just a few blocks out of the starting point. And entertainment district on the right. Financial district on the left. That sounded like the rumble of a northbound Line 1 train. St. Andrew's Church looking quite beautiful with Lord Thompson Hall behind it. Just to say, I want to press this one, I'm going to cross the street here.
Double smoker. That's good. Vehicle is not fake and don't know the secrets and shit.
Confirm this is under influence of special technologies. Russian citizens their sucks and hairs to spoil and taste cigarettes. It's not as black tea as the taste or chocolate. As must has been it. It is not fake and special and without under influence. Special technologies of Russian citizens their sucks and hairs into me.
The smoker, the cigarettes. To spoil comfort and the influence of technology's Russian threats in their 6 years. To spoil comfort, taste of cigarettes. It was being as chemical taste. It's not as neat, it's been nature's cigarettes. Comfort. This fake and special are under influence. This technologies to spoil me. Smoking process and relaxation. Comfort.
I got, but I just got off at St. Andrew Station, showing down here in the pass. I'm planning on doing a live stream after this video. It's always handy getting off at St. Andrew just before a big event is going. Last thing open to the public, right over there. Although most of the food court, in fact all of it.
Comfort. Those normal white people's race, not roads. From the American, Canada, Alaska, sea, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, and the German Czech Republic. So we me to spoil this prison's day. Under influence these technologies, Russian threats, and their little sucks and hairs, to hold me at the territory, Russian prison zone, under influence these technologies of Russian threats and their little sucks and hairs, and their throats, and not give me a realized migration Canada, Alaska Sea, or Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, as the Germany or Czech Republic, and once of countries that want to live, to realize immigration, to have got citizenship, and work and money, and education, and German and English languages, and work without contacts with Rus, invalids, and little sucks and hairs and black rats. How please me Johnny, how please me Johnny, and those normal white people's race from these countries where I want to live. Who please me join less immigration this prison Russian zone in Canada, Alaska, sea, or Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, and the Germany or Czech Republic. Who please join those normal white people's race from those countries, they want to live through less immigration, and not can to live so way in prison Russian zone, under influence of these technologies of Russian threats and their little sucks and hairs and roads. What to hold in me at the territory Russian prison zone. I want to live in Canada, Alaska, USA, or Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, as the German Czech Republic, to have got citizenship in one of these countries. Who please join those normal white people's race not roads from these countries to less immigration, this prison, Russian zone, lots of countries where I want to live. Looking for John, looking for, and those normal white people's race from these countries where I want to live, and to less immigration. It's so way me to spoil these prisons, their Russian threats, and their little sucks and hairs, and their roads. Они опять так воздействуют с самого утра. Херы и суки. И их пиздосранцы, засранки, суки и херы. Что они сделали мне жуткую боль, что я проснулась. Это я не доспала час, сколько у меня на 8 часов. Они сделали жуткую боль в зубах. как будто их выбили этой аппаратурой. Это и боль в половых органах. Это и врубили над этой квартирой. Или телевизор, или музыкальный центр с их ёбнутыми уродами, суками и херами, которых обычно показывают по телевидению. Ёбнутых уродов, которые смеют жить и не сдохнут. С их ёбнутыми маленькими суками и херами. Они так воздействуют, это они на полную мощность над этой квартирой врубили или музыкальный центр, или телевизор с их ёбаными уродами, которых обычно по телевизору показывают, сраные уроды, которые смеют жить и не сдохнут, с их ёбнутыми маленькими суками и херами. Это и смеют гавкать и навязывать их ёбаных сук и херов слушать по телевизору или врубая над квартирой ихние ёбнутые. Это самое голоса с ёбнутыми передачами и с ёбнутыми ихними припевками, речевками ёбнутыми. Ёбнутых сук и херов, которые смеют жить и не сдохнут. С их ёбнутыми маленькими суками и херами. This actually was been so way Johnny. And those normal white people's race from the America, Canada, Alaska, USA, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, and Czech Republic. Что я не смогла поспать 8 часов, сколько мне нужно. Это они врубили на полную мощность над этой квартирой. Их ёбнутых уродов, сука, херов. Это самое, сделали мне жуткую боль этой аппаратурой, как будто выбиты все зубы. И жутко болят. И сделали жуткую боль этой аппаратурой, как будто болят. И зудят половые органы. Они так воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Суки и херы, их пиздосранцы и пиздосранки. Суки и херы. The actually was been and has been so way joy. And this all normal white people's race from this country that I want to live. Helpless Johnny. And this all normal white people's race not rots from this country to last immigration. From this country that I want to live. To last immigration this prison Russian zone, Canada, Alaska, USA, or Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, or Czech Republic. I want to live together beyond those normal white people's race, not rots, in Canada, Alaska, USA, or Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, or Czech Republic. Who please me joy? Come please to me joy. They can please join this prison Russian zone in one of countries. There I want to live and to have good citizenship. Please Johnny help. And not to have a Johnny gun or pistol and my car and the driving rules writing rules not to have got and gun and pistol not to have got and the real contacts not to have got with normal white people's race not rots from these countries. There I want to live. What will come to helping me to last immigration come to me. Is here and take me this prison Russian zone, Canada, Alaska, USA, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, As the German Czech Republic. Who please join? Who join rescue police? It's normal white people thrust not roads who please me. Relax migration this prison Russian zone. In Canada, Alaska, Sea, North Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, or Czech Republic. Looking for joy. Looking for. In some way I was being in this prison's day. In prison Russian zone, shit and every day my video message #1 in this prison's day. In prison Russian zone, shelter. Looking for joy, looking for. The real date and time this moment looking for an shelter. The real date and time this moment looking for. Straight now, 19 hours and 54 minutes after midday time PM, earlier evening time. This is Sunday. For 2026 in this year. Who please join? Who please join? Those normal white people thrust not roads from these countries. Where I want to live and to have got citizenship. To realize me immigration. This prison Russian zone. Help join, please rescue. Please me join. This prison Russian zone. Some way was been this every day. Video message #1 in this prison's day and actuality.